back's backed up against the wall, and the bandwagon's falling right off. And you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do if it don't work out. It ain't about if it makes sense, 'cause if the boot do it don't fit. As far as I can see, there ain't no way to be somebody if you just gon' quit. So if you gotta fight, don't lose it. If you gotta do it, die, dream, do it. If you got something to prove, go on, prove it. Don't let nobody clip your wings. Keep your head down, keep on the blinders. Tune out the doubters and all the close minders. If it's in your blood, falling down ain't enough to change who you were born to be. Getting back up, that's the only backup plan you need.
Welcome back, Rico Money Bags, a channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure the bell notification stays lit like that. You guys will not miss out for any future updates. I see everybody pulling up. Darren, U.S. Dolly, welcome in, everybody. Today, we got a cool little video live stream that we're going to be doing because we're also going to do some how-to stuff for those that have been actually setting up their business accounts for XPX. So we got a demo account that I'm going to show you guys how to do that here, which is going to be pretty fun as well, just to show you guys how easy it is for you to start collecting a lot of funds as well. And maybe it's for a charity, maybe it's for a project, maybe it's for something to do, but we're going to show you guys how to set that up here today. Show you guys how you guys can put your own branding on it, which I think that's pretty awesome. But of course, it's going to be, you know, BTC versus gold, because trading gold has been a lot of fun lately. Shorting Bitcoin, longing gold. What the heck is going on, right? So we got Bitcoin, gold, and versus the Degens, versus us, because that's us. We're the ones in the Web3 space, you know, from the trenches, making things happen. And you can see people are still here. People are still grinding. No matter what, we're still pushing forward. And, you know, these markets are going to do this to a lot of people. People are going to get shooken out. That's all right, man. We're still pulling up. We got a lot of cool things coming. And I'm going to show you guys what's up. So first, it's going to be kind of a little bit about Bitcoin versus gold, just for some fun. And then, like I said, I see we got some more people pulling up. If you guys can repost this on X, it'd be greatly appreciated, because I am going to do a portion of this video is going to have a how-to set up your donation widget, which I think is very bullish, because we can clip it and use it later on for people that already have the business account set up through XPX. I'm going to show you guys how you guys can put your own branding on it, how you guys can use the donation widget, how to set it up on your dashboard. So that's going to be here today, that we're going to do that as well. So let's go ahead and share my screen. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Mr. Mo, welcome in. If you guys got some people, like I said, interested in setting up the donation widget, or, you know, they've been thinking about, what's up, Jason? I appreciate it, man. Love seeing you guys pull up as well. Honestly, it's one of my favorite parts of the day. But if you guys got some people that are interested, right now would be a great time, because we're going to kind of do a live show and tell of the donation widget, how you can set it up. So if they got any questions, they can ask also live right now, right? So, I mean, that's what's cool about these live streams. You guys are getting just the real deal, right? Let's start off right here with the overall crypto market cap. We're seeing some green on the chart, and I'm sure a lot of people are excited. I'm excited, but honestly, I've been having a lot of fun. This is why I put the title, everybody, Bitcoin versus gold versus Degens, because there's like this whole market going on. And then we're going to talk, I want to talk a little bit about FEG token as well. I don't want to bring I know how it is sometimes when we talk about politics stuff, but it is kind of about like a part of our space, right? And I try not to bring it up because I don't want to divide everybody, but I'm going to bring it up in a positive way about what we actually get to do here in this crypto space, because I'm sure everybody knows, you know, there's a lot of world events going on right now, right, with Iran and all these things that are going on that are affecting a lot of people. But I do want to highlight the crypto space in a positive way, and I'm actually going to use FEG token. Yeah, I'm going to use FEG token as an example of some of the amazing things that crypto does for all of us in the space, while there's really crazy events going on, right? A lot of wild things happening, a lot of change and whatnot. When there's change, there's a lot of growing pains and whatnot. So, you know, we're going to touch on that in a positive way. It's something that I've been thinking about all weekend. you know, how to, you know, because I don't want to divide it. So I'm not trying to make us left or right or this or that. You know, I just want us to all hang out. I think crypto does a good job of showing us how that's possible. We got the overall crypto market cap, 2.36 trillion. We're seeing some overall green. I mean, you could scroll down and things are looking green over here for the most part, which is nice when you're looking at your, you know, top 20, top 15 or whatnot like that. It's nice to see some of this green action and a nice pump. You know, Bitcoin all the way up to, you know, just about 70K. You got ETH pumping back up, BNB BNB just, did a nice leg up that could have kicked a field goal from like the 60-yarder and would have made it, honestly. So we got a nice leg up on everything, even with Solana. I mean, a lot of these. And you know what's interesting? Like over the weekend, I had my trades the opposite way, and I was into Blunt House TG, and I think you guys should join that as well. I mean, a lot of great information is in that Blunt House TG, and we get to just hang out with people that like to talk about this boring stuff during the weekend, right? And I was laughing because lately it's been the opposite. It's been short on Bitcoin, long on gold. But those trends reverse, right? And they flip, and that's why when you're not so caught up in this versus that, and you can just look at what's actually a good opportunity for you, you can monetize and jump from gold or jump from to Bitcoin. And BYDFi has just added old trading pairs in there. They also have like the packs, the one that Saphir has been talking about and told me about on there, with 0 trading fees. So there are some incentives right now and a lot of attention around gold right now. Let's be honest, like Bitcoin was going down, and I'm gonna show you guys 2 separate charts, but we're gonna jump back and forth. Actually, let's just duplicate this one really quick. And I'm gonna show you guys on a Degen time frame, because I was just laughing over the weekend, right? So we got our gold, right? Our XAU. This is on BYD5, so you guys can check this out as well. Let me turn this off. I'm just gonna get some of these indicators out the way, and this is a little bit of that gold versus Bitcoin that we're gonna talk about just for a second, okay? And then we're gonna go to BTC. Like I said, Degen time frame. So this one's going up, BTC is going up, gold was going down. And over the weekend, I was just kind of laughing because I ended up where it was almost easy. And I don't want to say easy because these things get a bit difficult, right? And well, they're really just challenging your patience. That's what it comes down to. But it was like, I got several screens in front of me, and my laptop, that shout out to Asus, that's an amazing laptop, has dual screens, right? It flips and it opens up. So it's really easy to have one pair on top, one on the bottom, and just be paying attention to it. And honestly, as gold would go up, Bitcoin would go down. And then as it changed around, and I was just looking at it on a Degen time frame to see something like that, it was pretty interesting. So, obviously, if you're waiting on the hour time frame, it's going to take forever for you to kind of gain some of this data, right? So I'm not saying that you should be trading on 5-minute charts, but to me, looking at, okay, so BTC was going up, gold was going down. Now gold is going up, BTC is going down. So it's just like, I want you guys to see if you guys can take some time to actually notice that. And you should always just trade your chart. Shout out to Blunt, because it is better. But I think there's something interesting to highlight there, that while BTC was going down, we're seeing a lot of excitement around gold. And I think, some of that, I think, to be honest with you, I think BTC is even holding relatively well with all the things going on around the world. And so is gold, considering, actual leader falling from their position, and, these things get a lot really crazy, and they last a lot of years. Although people think it's just going to be like, we're going to wrap things up really fast, put a new person in power and all that stuff. That stuff takes 4 or 5 years, decades to resolve these things, right? And just look back in history. I'm not no expert. I don't want to pretend to be one or anything like that, but I'm just looking backwards. Shout out, what's up, Ben Billions? I'm going to shill our space that we got coming up as well on Friday. So yeah, appreciate you, brother. Get your community in here, giving you a big shout out. I got that pulled up on one of the tabs that we're going to be showing off. I wanted to make sure we cover that. I'm also showing you guys some love, what you guys got going on Wednesdays with Lisa and everything like that, with recap. I think that's super exciting. And that's one thing about the crypto space, man. It's like, you can see how it can bring everybody still together, because I mean, everybody's from everywhere. And we're going to talk a little bit about that when I get into Feg Token, because I think Feg Token had one of the biggest communities. But we'll get into that in just a bit. Right now, I want to do this Bitcoin versus gold thing. And I'm not doing it like we got pitchforks up and all that stuff, right? Like we're all like, this kind of like aggression or nothing. I'm just highlighting that their movements were opposite of what was going on, right? And I thought that was pretty interesting. So right now, for me, it would be easy to short BTC back down to this section right here on a 5-minute chart, and just as easy as it would be for me on gold right now to long it, and this is 5-minute charts, and you can see this 50 moving average is still very powerful even on a 5-minute chart, right? I'm not saying that you guys should do that. It's a very Degen time frame to do it. When you start to zoom out on the higher time frames, you can set your orders on an hourly chart and still be extremely accurate for the most part. Here goes your 4-hour chart. With all that noise, you didn't miss out. It got above the 50 moving average here, and it never went underneath it. This is, the 4-hour chart. Tested a little bit here, next leg up. Even right here, this is still, trading on this bullish 50 moving average, which is extremely powerful, right? You guys can see it still hitting in that direction. So this gold, although it's a nice little pullback on it right now, could be ready for another leg up. This is on a 4-hour chart, and just goes to show you that you don't have to trade the shorter time frames, because essentially this has been an uptrend, and trying to find the short every time. And maybe you caught a couple of them on the shorter time frames, you can, but in the longer, like the grander scale of things, it's just been an uptrend on the 4-hour chart. Let's go to BTC and kind of talk about the same thing. We'll be showing you quite a few trades, actually. Like, these gold trades have been actually really nice. Shorting BTC is a lot easier, honestly. Like, on this 5-minute chart, BTC, it's already doing what I would consider a perfect short signal to come down here, right? To come down to the section. We'll use some other indicators to be able to give us a better idea. But I mean, yeah, we're calling it right on the money right now, because it's going to flip this trend and print a sell signal right around here really soon, and most likely when it breaks past these previous lows. And then you can, set your short, and it probably looks something like this. It doesn't have to be like this, but it can be like this. Set it up like this, and there goes your trade that you could potentially take on this short that's going to happen right here. And that's just using the 50 moving average. That's not even, like, we're not even doing nothing crazy. And obviously we use some other indicators so that we can get better confirmation, like, okay, I'm trusting it more. You can see how it's flicking on and off right there. So that's a perfect example of now. Oh, there goes red now. Let me zoom in, way in. Let me get up close and personal. There it goes, going red again. You see that? Red, green. Waiting for your actual, what happens, like, when you wait for your actual confirmation on this stuff, it lets you be stoic like a freaking statue. Because if you do it off of emotion, the next time your emotion starts to get shaken about, you'll start making too many choices and too many decisions. A lot of people can actually be profitable traders if they can set their entries, set their stop loss and all that stuff, and let the trade, work itself out. Like, you're not going to be too late to the party. Even if you waited a couple confirmation candles, like right here, when this first flicked was this candle. Okay. So this was turning on and off, on and off, on and off. But even if you waited for this next candle right here, the third candle, you're not late to the party. Bam, bam, boom. You're in here. It's like, okay, this thing broke past these tops right here. This is a bullish trend right here. Let me take that trade. You didn't miss out. And the same thing goes for, like, trying to scalp and get into whatever time frame it is. It doesn't matter. This happens. You guys are seeing it live right now, where the indicator's turning on and off red. And if you try to front run that thing, you'll front run yourself right out the trade on the other side, because you're just doing it off of emotions. Like, let me get my clear confirmation on this stuff, and take your time. You're not going to miss out on too much. You can jump from a gold trading chart to a Bitcoin trading chart. You want to trade long, do the opposite of this one. You want to trade short, do the opposite of this one, because that's what we've been seeing lately on gold and Bitcoin. So let's zoom out on BTC, and then we'll go through the tickers. But I think this is pretty cool for everybody, because, the markets have been kind of meh, right? But the shorter time frames are giving you guys enough data and opportunities to possibly trade them. I don't suggest everybody does it. None of this is financial advice, because, in the higher time frames, it's awfully boring, right? You're waiting for these setups to happen. Once they happen, fine, that's cool. But we're waiting. Look, a lot of this is sideways trading. So it's these lower time frames that are producing these movements, this opportunity, that opportunity, this opportunity. But right here, you're seeing it turn on and off. And I would just wait for it to close. And then, if this candle closed underneath these with the body of the candle being bearish, why not take a trade to down here? I don't know. We got some gaps that it can fill, and there's some gains that could be there, right? All right. Gold itself. Let's just go to gold itself, because gold has been bullish. And then we'll do this also on BTC. I'm jumping around right now just because I'm having some fun. I was reading the chat. But, on the daily chart on BTC, when this thing prints a buy signal overall, you're going to feel the euphoricness of things coming back. Like, what we're seeing and why it's overall somewhat boring, if you zoom out on the daily chart, you can see that this has just been a very sideways trading movement, right? So that's why it's just been nothing really like, oh my God, we're going crazy. Yes, we can go up to 70K, we come right back down. Yeah, we go to 70 something, we come right back down. Yeah, but and it's because this has been going on the higher time frames, right? So on the shorter time frames, I'm showing you guys where there are opportunities. It's a lot more degenerate. But if you're wondering why, overall, and I will say, and giving gold a big shout out, and like Bitcoiners and golders and stuff like that. It's like, even with everything going on around the world, I know that's not that exciting going on the chart, but price is holding strong. And in gold's case is recovering and looking like it wants to go towards all-time high. So that really says, like, you know, are we at a bottom? Because if you can start to imagine the overall news start to get very positive and things start to get very bullish, clarity acts, this first quarter is basically done. So we got the next quarter to look forward to. The first quarter usually sucks, honestly. I'm looking forward to the second quarter and seeing, maybe we get the clarity act and some of this war. So everything that was trading. And I'll give you guys an idea what these prices can look like. But this is why it's just been kind of meh, because it's just been trading to the right. But if we can't get some buy signals, we're going to be looking at the lower valley range at 80,000 BTC. That'll feel so much better. Possibly coming up to the point of control. We know that acts like a magnet, drawing price, and we also can see this major volume gap, right? Whoop. That comes right into that point of control. And a lot of times, not all the time, it can bring price like a magnet. And you look at all this right here. Why do you think price was hanging out right here? Because that point of control, it's bringing stuff like a magnet. So it could bring price up to 88,000. Those lucky numbers, 88, man. That's a lucky number. If you go to any city and you go to shout out to Chinatown in any city and you see like pho 88, go there. Okay, that's where you want to go. Whoever's been to pho 88 in Florida, let me know down in the chat. You see anything 88 as far as food or something like that, you go there. Okay, and those are lucky numbers no matter what. So maybe Bitcoin's headed back towards that 88K once we can get out of this boring sideways trading. And we'll talk about maybe, later on 111. Oh my God, we'll leave everything. Bygones will be bygones at 111. Upper valley range is, about 118. So, I mean, the races are back on. The races are back on at 118, right? So this is why it's just been boring for a while. We're going to go through the tickers on the daily chart. It's exciting more on the lower time frames, but that's dangerous to talk about because obviously you don't want nobody getting wrecked. But honestly, this is why, like, the markets has just been moving slow. Here goes your ETH on a higher time frame. This is the daily chart, and the same thing. This is why it's been meh, right? Because it's just a lot of sideways trading. 88 and 69. I agree with you, bro. Anywhere I see that, it's a wrap. But here goes your ETH prices on a higher time frame. Extremely just sideways trading. You're not catching too much action. But if you're on the lower time frames, there's a lot to see there. But if you just want to chill out and just wait, you're not missing out on a lot, right? There are some amazing trades. Honestly, I've been catching a lot of them on some Degens time frames. But if you're not trying to actively be all over the screen and watching this thing like a hawk nonstop, you can just wait till we get some buy signals again on these higher time frames. When we break out of this chop, and same thing for like ETH as Bitcoin, we trade into a volume gap, kind of drawing price into that point of control. But right now, higher time frames extremely boring. Again, just very boring. Even the 4-hour chart, no buy signal. Oops, no buy signal yet on this 4-hour chart. And I mean, you can see this 4-hour chart. This short right here was valid though. There's money made right there for sure. That's a nice one. But you can see look how it's just been choppy. Here goes a sell signal. Got stopped out. Definitely got stopped out on that one. Let's keep it real. And it's because a lot of this market right now on this higher time frame is very choppy. You go to a lower time frame, you can find some action, but we'll stay on the higher time frame to give you guys some prices that could happen if we get some buy signals for this. And then I kind of on the Degen activity was kind of like that Bitcoin and gold because there's a lot of volume. It's kind of nice. Hey, what's up, Jessica? To see that happening on like Bitcoin and gold actually. But ETH right here, if we can get a buy signal, trust me, I'm going to sound the alarm for everybody, right? We're going to be like, yo, we broke past this right here, right? Most likely once we break past this, boop, print the buy signal right here. We trade into this gap coming up to this lower value range, $2,600 Ethereum. Everybody's a lot more happy, but still, you know, we find ourselves on these higher time frames with just a lot of consolidation. If you want degen activity on the shorter time frames, there's definitely some trades. I don't do it on ETH, but let's go on XRP again. XRP a little bit more exciting than to see the chop so easy now. It's annoying. See this? This is where you get stopped out a lot. We just want to wait for a nice solid trend, and you can find it because all this stuff is fractal. So you could definitely go full degen mode on a 5-minute chart and find, you know, nice breakouts like this buy signal on this 5-minute chart that did print right there. And right here on this sell signal, it's not a sell signal yet. This is chop. You see, it's fractal. We're not taking any trade yet. It's red, so it's more leaning towards maybe something bearish is going to happen. But I wouldn't even take the trade until I got my signal, which would be it breaking past these, and then boom, then you get to trade it to this side and that lower value range. But I mean, the higher time frames, they'll keep you out of trouble because you can see, like, even with everything, like I said, going on around the world, the prices are holding up really good. And if there was bullish news or all this stuff kind of calmed down, you could see where prices could easily start to recover. Now it gets boring to watch that because it's week after week after week after week. But if you wanted some action on the lower time frames, there are some scalps that can happen. Let's go to XRP's. Let's go to XRP's daily, and then we'll go through all of our plays. And like I said, I'm gonna do like kind of like a bit of a tutorial to show off like how to set up the donation widget, how easy it is, how to be able to put your own branding on it as well. Because over the weekend, that's some of the stuff that we've been working on. So like that, you guys can actually add your own flavor to the donation widget. And yeah, that's what we're doing. We got Pax Gold here. We've been watching this. Shout out to Saphir putting us on game with this, which BYD-Fi has 0 trading fees on Pax Gold right now. Let's go to XRP. So XRP prices for my XRP people breaking into this, you know, volume gap and a buy signal, we could come up to $1.89. But right now we're just this. And if it stays bearish, most likely back down to this. I'm more like in the short term, a lot of bearish like scalps are easy on crypto right now. It's crazy to say that. Like honestly, I was laughing because like I would have never thought that. It's like the longs are so easy to put in on a gold trading chart right now that it's crazy. Honestly, well, here goes BNB, looking like a lot closer than anybody else to break out of this consolidate. This is a daily chart again, kind of boring. I know we're being responsible, all that good stuff. So this sideways trading, it's why it's just been nothing too exciting, you know, and people, you know, are, you know, either get shooken out or the markets are too boring, whatever it might be. I mean, honestly, I think it's a good time. Like I enjoyed my weekend. I had a great weekend. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend as well. Because if you look at the daily chart, there's not nothing that has been given us, but at the same time, is also bullish to me that even with everything going on and the market's being boring a little bit, and you know, really a lot of scary news on you know the TV or whatnot, whatever you're watching your news on, that the prices are still holding good. You know, there is a silver lining to this. Even with everything going on, prices have still been holding on this higher time frame. And so we're seeing some I think that's pretty bullish that we can still hold this price. But daily chart on BNB, we get a daily candle. We long that thing to 825. We set it and forget it. Remember those old infomercials? Set it and forget it. That's what we're gonna do, right? But on this daily chart, we just don't see that happening just yet. Now, if you, like I said, if you want some degen activity, you can find these trades on lower time frames. I don't advise everybody, but this is why it's feeling somewhat frustrating. Because if you zoom out, you just see this chop, really, right? I can see it. So this is just freaking going like this. So that's why it's like, man, no matter what. But I think the silver lining is that although it's been extremely meh, with everything going on, prices are still holding. So you start to remove a lot of this stuff, you know, a lot of this World War III noise, a lot of this, you know, all this conflict going on. And price still holding around here. You get some Clarity Act stuff, a little bit of razzle dazzle here and there. Prices can turn I mean, around really, really quick, because even with all this stuff going on, it's holding really well. So BNB holding really well. That's the silver lining. I want everybody to realize that with everything going on, prices are still holding really good. And the minute we get this buy signal and this thing, breaks past this, and most likely going to do something like this, like we see it do a million times, getting above this 50 moving average and stuff, doing some breakout, trading into this gap, coming to this lower valley range, we'll be talking about 830 BNB. But until then, we still got some work to do, right? It's got to break the previous way's high. It's got to get above the 50 moving average, and it'll trade into this gap the minute it does a little bit of this confirmation stuff, because everybody starts to agree that is bullish. And then you get all that momentum behind it, and it does trade into 820, 830. We're not just making these numbers up. We've been here before, right? That's what the volume profile does. We're not just snatching prices out of the thin air. We're seeing where price can be drawn to. So 830 for BNB if we can get a buy signal on this thing. But right now, just more consolidation. Nothing crazily confirmed on a higher time frame. So being patient, man. I mean, honestly, just being patient has been good. Enjoying the weekend's been great. No matter what's going on, you can't wheel the market. That's something that you learn. Here goes Solana. Like I said, a lot of the same topic when it comes to the higher time frames. This is why. Somebody's getting good on the long, or somebody's doing good on the short, or then they're getting stopped out. Why? Because on the higher time frames, it's very, very choppy. It's just been going to the right. But like I said again, silver lining is with all this going on, we're still holding that price. That's what's shaking out. That's what liquidations. That's what war on the edge. That's what leaders falling. A lot of protests, a lot of wild things happening right now, and you're seeing where it's crazy to blend it all together. But I think that is somewhat where you can be like, all right, well, at least the markets will be bullish again when things are a little bit more calm. It's tough. But you know what? We're going to be highlighting Fed token in a minute, because with everything that's going on around the world, there is a cool thing about crypto, right? And I think because I experienced it through Fed token and all the gorillas, I want to mention them. And we're going to get to that in just a bit. If you guys can be patient with me, I greatly appreciate it. Share the stream. We got some more things to talk about. We're going to talk about our project, your project, do a little bit of tutorial video, how you guys can start to generate funds for your project using the XPX donation widget, whether it's for a charity, whether it's for a project. We're actually working on some things behind the scenes ourselves as far as XPX. Like I said, these things take a little bit, they move a little bit slower in the real world. But like I said, XPX is actually going in that direction to actually have a really good positive impact. And I think we want to see other people do it, not just XPX, but maybe you got something that we can all get behind and have a positive impact for, right? All right, so Solana daily chart boring. If we get some buy signals, this is the price that you can see. Hey, go long on it on a daily chart all the way up to 137. But you're not missing out on too much. Maybe if you want to scalp it, you can. I mean, we've been scalping. You could totally scalp this thing. I mean, this is a scalp. Boom, right here. This section. Let's go. Send it. Not trading this because this is chop. This is what I learned to ignore now. Trade this. Woo! You could have traded this short. Shout out to you if you can call it. I'm good. I'll just let that pass me right by. I'm out once it breaks to the super trend and starts trading sideways. I just ignore that thing until I get clear confirmation of where it's going. I'm over with the chop. Me and the chop, we have broken up. We're not doing it no more. It's over, right? And when it can give me either a clear breakdown, I'll place my short, or a clear break out, then I'll place my long. Until then, the sideways trading, no muchas gracias. What's up, broski? Oh my god, it's funny putting an accent on it when you can speak Spanish fluently. Me no speaky. I think that's funny because it's allowed. Okay, I'm Latin. I could do this. All right, but so shorter time frames, you guys can find some trades. But if you're wondering why the market just feels like, man, when is it going to happen? Just look at the higher time frames. This is why no matter what, it's just been kind of just going sideways, because that's what's been going on. That's your daily chart right here. All these days. Oh my god, just sideways trading, right? All right, so that's Solana. If we have a breakout, like I said, we'll go to 138. That'll be way more bullish. CFX, we'll cover this as well. Daily chart, sideways trading. But on the shorter time frame, there are some trades on CFX. I'm not going to go into that one right now. We'll do gold. Gold has been golden. Gold has been golden, fam. Let me know, do we got the gold traders in here? Look at this. And look at this. This is I like that. Charts might be dead. Jesus still king. Like that, broski. Like that, broski. Welcome in, everybody. Pull up strong together. Everybody. That's one thing I'm gonna say that I'm gonna highlight is like crypto brings people together. It can bring some some people apart too. Hold on a second. But it can actually bring like crypto because of its borderless nature, because it's cemented with a little bit of that borderlessness, it brings people together. And like I said, we're gonna give some flowers to the gorillas because that's when I experienced it the most. And we'll talk about that. But here goes your gold prices. Whoo! This buy signal was so valid. This buy signal, what? Saphir, look at this. This is easy money, Saphir. What? On a 4-hour chart, too. You didn't miss out on nothing, right? And gold still looks like it's looking like it's doing good, right? Gold's been pretty amazing. Long on gold, short on Bitcoin is pretty funny to say. And I'm glad that, it's just very easy to trade gold on, BYD-Fi right now. You guys can go to BYD-Fi, use my referral code so I can load your account. There's been some new members. Shout out to you guys. I want you guys to be able to capture some of this. And there's always a trade somewhere. Even if there's no trade, that's a trade too. But gold's looking really good. Is gold ready to go to, previous all-time highs? It looks like it. There's a lot of FOMO around gold right now. Gold is like reminding me of the Bitcoin FOMO right now. It's just ignoring the noise. It's just doing its own thing. And I think, even what's going on around the world, gold is, pretty bullish to hold, right? Just as far, just because, it's just that respected. And some people still respect it that much, and rightfully so. It's got a good reputation. Let's not act like gold's been holding it down. So I think we're bullish on gold still. I think it's easy to be bullish on gold. That's what's going on. What do you feel? Is it easy to be bullish on gold, or is it easy to be bullish on Bitcoin right now? Be honest. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. It's right. It feels like, I don't know. It's like, are you bullish on gold? Yep. So are you bullish on Bitcoin? Long term. Okay. Long term, we're bullish on it. You almost got to change up because it's going through its little shakeout. It's crazy that it's still holding good. It's at 60 something K BTC. It's still here. People are like packing up like they're leaving like forever. Bullish for gold and silver. I know, right? That's easy. You can ask anybody, they'll raise your hand super fast. Say, you bullish on gold or silver? So are you bullish on Bitcoin or something else on crypto? It's going to come with a bit of an excitement. We're on a correction. Like, it's going to be, you're feeling the correction. But after the correction, yeah, we're bullish. So of course, crypto's not going anywhere. And that's okay to look at things for what's going on, right? Gold, Bitcoin still needs a few months, in my opinion, until the bear market bottom. I think so too, bro. That's a lot of things. A lot of people are not mentioning it, but when you go underneath 20%, that's bear market stuff. That's why it's been feeling like the bears are around, because we got bear market conditions. So, what's nice is we're being battle tested. Shout out to the smart DeFi contracts. It's not only about testing out smart contracts during a bull run. Anybody can do that. It's like, are you smart battle tested for a bear market? Is that the case? So it's got to be battle tested for both ways, man. All right, gold prices, easy bullish. I mean, once it gets bearish again, we'll short it. I mean, but this is why even this, I can see why it's so bullish on freaking gold that even with this sell signal, you would have got stopped out. Let's just keep it a buck, right? Once it broke over here, you could have just been done with this thing, right? You didn't have to hold all of this choppiness because it's got sell signal. But this goes to show you that, there's a moment right now where even with a sell signal, this thing turns right back around because there's a little bit of FOMO around where it's not even letting it correct normally. It's like, yeah, we got a sell signal, but people are like, load up on more gold. And that's cool, man. I'm not against it because now you're seeing where you can go from gold to BTC, whichever one you want to trade. One's going long, one's going short. Look at the 4-hour on gold and look at the 4-hour on BTC. Both going in opposite directions. So if you're a shorter, find your short. Here goes your silver. Are you bullish on silver, everybody? I think it's safe to say, all right, are you bullish on silver, Safir? Say, yeah. Hello. Like even this sell signal, I'll show you. You can get stopped out. It's not anything's picture perfect. You still gotta have a little bit. Like you're not gonna go without not being tested. Go back to that again. And then we'll go to all our plays. I'll do a little tutorial as well for everybody. But even this right here, like this is we got our sell signal right here. This you would have got stopped out. You didn't have to yet, but eventually, you're stopped out. This thing flipped the other way and you're done. But if you trust it, right back because it's just that much more bullish right now. That's where a lot of our crypto attention is right now. Like Safir said, a safe haven. Like right now, I don't think if everybody feels so safe in crypto. It's like it's easier to put a lot of fear into people in crypto with all this stuff where they're not even just trying to hold it. Where like it doesn't matter really what's going on. Like it's a good idea to always buy gold. Like eventually Bitcoin has to, like I think it is right there. I think it's always a good idea to load up on Bitcoin. Not financial advice, but it has to be almost where eventually that's just everybody's opinion, right? Where it's like it's always a good idea. So silver again, I mean, looking super bullish, easy to be bullish on these. This is where I've been doing my gold trading. Been using the XAU USDT, but now BYD5 has 0 trading fees on packs. So definitely check that out. And I've been on some Degen activities. Gold is a little bit more stable too, honestly. The prices are a little bit more tradable. You can get stopped out, but just short and go the other way. Whew. It's like, and I don't mind not even catching this right here. I already caught the long on it and stuff and short on BTC. But if it printed a buy signal, I mean, I'm bullish on gold. It could probably go right back, $5,400, $5,500. I'll go right back, no problem, long on it. And also being able to short this. I'm curious if gold and BTC will reach parity. I was wondering, bro, that's what I was doing over the weekend. Over the weekend, I was just watching them on 5-minute charts, and they were literally exactly the opposite. For the whole weekend, from Friday till today, all I did was watch them. That's how boring life is, right? I got out and stuff like that as well. It was actually a nice weekend. But, when I was checking up on it and stuff, just to see how they would match up. And if you watch them on 5-minute charts, so you don't have to wait forever, they exactly move the exact opposites. Short-term bearish, long-term mega bullish on Bitcoin. Same here, bro. Same here. And that's why I think if you need a little bit of excitement in your life, come check out gold. If you're waiting for that excitement to come back, let's get a little bit of that gold trading going, baby. All right, we covered all the tickers. And we're going to be checking out a lot of plays on Cappy today. I do want to give a shout out to Ben Billions. He pulled up. We're going to shield the space that we got coming up. This is right around the corner, so I'll share this right now. If you guys can come over here, max engage with this would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to share the link right here for you guys. If you guys can pull up, like I said, we're using recap. This is just days away, fam. This is just days away. You guys, let me even share this link for you guys. I mean, Friday, March 6th, 2 p.m. Las Vegas time, baby. Let me grab this, copy this link right here. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. People who've been into space, we're still into space, even with everything going on in the market. So it's not just about the pump it up, but it's also about, hey, how do you navigate these spaces when, things are going crazy like this, right? And again, this comes from somebody who's been in the space. You don't do it alone. You just don't do it alone. And none of this stuff is you can, right? It's like that stuff of people saying like it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's not just like a benefit thing, right? A lot of times some of these phrases are kind of shallow as far as like the way people use them, but it's also how people can benefit together. How can we pass some knowledge as a community, commune and break bread with each other. Not necessarily has to be money, but in the way that we think and the way that we operate during these type of market conditions. So, right here, this is going to be that recap radio number 1 with Ben Billions. We got to recap the bot. I'm going to be there as well. And yours truly, you guys are going to have, you got Ben Billions and you got the solo Satoshi. I mean, a lot of people, man. So, and speaking of Ben Billions, let me show you guys his X account. You guys can go check it out. That's over here at Mr. Put a Mr. on that. Ben Billions. Yes, sir. And I think he has, okay, so raw and uncut. This is another thing I'm going to show actually, since we're just on the topic right now. Shout out to Nira and shout out to also Lisa up in the space. This is the raw and uncut, Hey, hello, talk to me. No crying in the casino. Boy, don't they be crying, man. I know what's up, man. You know what's crazy? Speaking about that, it's like it's part of it. Even that of like you almost got to go through like this whole like acceptance phase of even yourself not being somebody who doesn't cry in the casino. Or like, I'm not gonna let this, I'm gonna slip. I'm not gonna let this be like the Proverbs. This is my favorite book actually. Um, but yeah, you're not gonna let this stuff sway me and stuff, right? So Proverbs 12:22, the Lord hates those whose lips tell lies, but he is pleased with people who tell the truth. That's the raw and uncut. And sometimes, man, I've been through it. The when keeping it real goes wrong, you guys got the book of Proverbs big up in here. This is my favorite book, honestly. I mean, I got it on audio, I got it right here next to me in the Bible because it's a great book of wisdom. Yeah, it will help you out. It keeps you good. It keeps you and I don't look, everybody, and I know there's a lot of things going on around the world where somebody's like, hey Rico, I didn't come here for you trying to Bible thump me. I've never tried to do that with people. If you can remove that, the way I look at the Bible too is like it's the book of many books, right? So if you can look at it and get something out of it, like no matter what religion you're from, I think anybody can, try to find a little bit of wisdom. And to me, it is the book of wisdom. Blessed is the one who finds wisdom. Blessed is the one who gains understanding. Because, you can gain a whole bunch of riches, you can gain a whole bunch of stuff, but if the bear market comes and you don't have the wisdom how to hold on to it, you're toast. You're toast. So, you can wish for your Lambo right now, but if you don't know how to do Lambo maintenance because you're not wise enough and have the experience on how to you're going to lose Lambo money. That's why, like, shout out to like Jim Rohn. I love Jim Rohn, but it's like, if you come up on $1 million, you better become a millionaire really quick. If you come up on $1 million really fast, why do you see so many people hit a lottery? They hit the Powerball, they hit the jackpot of the bubble of this or that, whatever the Ben Billions Powerball, whatever it might be, right? And what happens? They lose it, right? Why do they lose it? Because they didn't have the wisdom to hold on to it. How many stories do we hear about mega millions, mega billions, whatever it might be, Powerball this, and people got all this money, all these millions and millions, but they never became a millionaire. And financially, they're a millionaire in their bank account, but as far as mentally being a millionaire, that was not the case. So come over here to Raw and Uncut, where you guys are going to get a lot of that alpha, and some of that stuff that might help you. It's not just about chart goes up, chart goes down. Sometimes you need a little bit of that, some of that information, some of those wise words, and it comes from steel sharpens steel. Hey, I've been through this, you've been through that. And yeah, there's some friction, right? Steel sharpening steel is not always just easy. That sounds good on paper. It's steel sharpens steel, but people forget about the friction that it takes. So it doesn't come without paying your toll as far as, being in the forge. You want a sharp knife? Well, guess what? It takes the fire. You see how everything comes with a little bit of sacrifice. You want a really sharp sword? Well, you got to put the metal in the fire. You want a really sharp sword? Well, guess what? It still comes with, steel sharpening steel. So there's all these trade-offs and stuff. So come over here to Raw and Uncut. You're gonna have Lisa. You're gonna have Ben Billions. You're gonna have Nira. And for sure, when I get a chance and anytime that I can, I'm definitely gonna pop up. So you guys definitely tune in for that. I mean, come on now. That's the alpha that really helps you get past January, February, March, how you're able to go through all the months, right? How you're able to say, you know what? Hey, November's here, XPX still here. Oh, 2027 here, purple bubble still exists, right? Because it takes more than just, the chart for you to be here year after year after year. All right, shout out to Recap Radio, man. If you guys are looking to be on Recap Radio or you guys are looking to get the Recap bot, definitely contact them. Let them know that Rico Moneybag sent you over, man. Just looking for you guys to connect, get you guys a little bit more extra exposure. These projects that are trending are going to be up on Super Spaces. If you guys have a project, that's on, Recap that is trending, or maybe you guys are not even trending. It doesn't even matter. We're not gonna leave nobody behind. But if you guys are a project that's on Recap, you guys got a representative, somebody that wants to represent for you guys, and you guys got this project on here, you guys want to get some extra exposure, let me know for this Friday, super stream, prove it's for your community. It's not for me. I'm not that lonely. I'm lonely, but not that lonely, right? Pull up Friday, super stream, get your projects up here, get your communities heard, tell me what you guys have been building, show the world, not just me, but share your screen and show them, hey, your memes, hey, show them your raid bot in action, show them, your NFTs or whatever it might be live on stream on Friday. Or I'll do it for the communities, right? That's what I also do. So there goes recap right there. Shout out to them. We're going to talk about recap, a couple other plays. Maybe we'll kind of bounce through that right now. I do want to give you guys that tutorial on how I know, Saphir. I know. But I do want to talk about a little bit about what we got going on. But I'll let you guys share the stream just a little bit more because I am going to be showing you guys how you guys can create your donation widget. I think it's crazy bullish. When I was doing some things over the weekend, I'm doing this for the whole space. That's what I think people don't understand. Is like, and one thing, like for XPX to know, like last month was our best month, like one of our best month. So even though the space is like in the charts or whatever, it's like we're built for kind of the crypto space to off ramp, right? So we got to go through the phases, man. We got to go through them, and we are, and that's why we're going to keep developing. And we got some cool things that I'm working on, and helping projects get on board is one of them for sure. So recap, shout out to you guys also doing that, getting projects that extra exposure, getting that trending going. It all goes hand in hand. So talk to you guys later as well. We got the space coming up. All right, let's go to some plays. Let's start off right here on Clash really quick. Just to show you guys that even some of the biggest plays are having its pullbacks, are having its consolidation. It is kind of part of the space. We come away over here. I know I got a bunch of support resistance. We can erase these at some time as well. But, you're seeing where it does come to these actual prices, down to that 5 million again. And everything's just waiting for that explosion moment, right? But it looks like the biggest plays, biggest influencers, they're still going through where there's downtrends, there's consolidation. Not everything's just all sunshine right now. Now, if you got a new listing or you got, new liquidity being injection, of course, those things are popping off. But even some of the biggest plays, like this one that I'm extremely bullish on, it's going through its consolidation, offering up some really good buying opportunities on anybody who's looking for something that has some utility that is just bigger than its own space, right? So shout out to Clash Picks. I think this is very bullish. It's something that I've been paying attention to a lot because we're seeing this being the real thing. Will the U.S. oust Cuba current regime? If yes, when? And this whole Iran stuff that just happened, I mean, people are betting on that as well. It's kind of crazy. I don't know how, it's just like this is part of the space. So you're seeing a great meme coin right here. And then we'll actually jump into Feg Token, show them some love as well. And kind of since we're touching on kind of this war stuff a little bit, just in case I don't want nobody here nor there. We're all together in this Web3 space. But you're seeing where this has a lot of power, being able to catch things that are outside of the Web3 space and gain that exposure on Clash, the token as well. So you're not just investing in this meme coin, you're investing in a project with utility that has exposure to people talking about gold, people talking about the S&P 500, people talking about political problems around the world, right? At the end of the day, people talking crypto things, whether it's ETH, Bitcoin, meme coin activity, whatever it might be. This project has exposure to all that stuff, which I think is super bullish when you're looking at long-term the crypto space. And that is Clash Picks, fam. I do want to jump to Feg Token and shout out to the gorillas. If you guys, hopefully there's a lot of gorillas up in here because I was really thinking about the gorillas over the weekend because I got to experience the height of the last bull run with let's go over to the gorillas right now. Shout out to my Clash fam. Let them know I sent you guys over. But let's go over to the gorillas fam. Let me come over here to the gorillas. Shout out to all the XPX fam buying up the dip. You guys are absolutely amazing. But I do want to say something about this Feg Token project, man. Like, if anybody who remembers the last bull run, absolutely explosive, right? Just crazy, right? And one thing that I was thinking about a lot over the weekend, because I was, obviously that stuff kind of hurts. Like, with all this war stuff is like, because if you started thinking about like kids and stuff like that, like, war is really bad, fam. All right. Yeah, I know some people we want to be victorious for this and victorious for that. But when you start thinking about like the women and children and stuff, it's like, whoo, a lot of this stuff doesn't come without, some pain. And it's unfortunate, but you're seeing a lot of people come together around it and whatnot like that. And that's one thing that I want to talk about Feg Token, that although on the news and media, and depending what you're watching, sometimes, and we're not going to be conspiracy theorists, I'm not going to get into that stuff with you guys, but you can see how sometimes there is like um pressure to like separate us, you know, or like, there's like it's kind of part of the conversation, whether it's good or bad, but there is this constant initiative to, you know, this or that, you know. Nobody's allowed to be in the middle. Nobody, you're almost not allowed to be neutral, or otherwise you're just as bad as whatever it might be. But one thing about this Feg token project that I remember even during the last bull run, and I was thinking about it over the weekend, was go to their community chat. Go to how many countries are together inside. And I just want to highlight that. And this is a project about a gorilla at first, right? That we can all get together even around the idea of, feeding every gorilla. Because when you go to Feg Tokens chat, this is what I was thinking about over the weekend. Because I got, how many community members in XPX are in that side of the world as well. And like, there's all this like, it's like how you feel or whatever, right? All this stuff, right? Like, shout out to everybody over there. Like, I just want to let you guys know, XPX fam absolutely loves all of you guys. And a lot of this, like when you look at Feg token during that era, and you look at like those communities set up inside of the Telegram right now, go to the XP, like go to the Feg Telegram. Forget like about chart stuff. Forget about chart this, chart that, or smart contract this. Look at the power of like what these meme coins can do, right? Because you don't see, and I wanted to go into the like, because I remember one of the biggest impacts that I had with like my channel doing really good, and I'm just speaking because I know there's a lot of stuff that wants to divide us, so I wanted to do the opposite of that, right? Because I can just jump into the thing and just tell you guys, hey, pick a side, or jump on this side or jump on that side, and it could be the same thing that we talk about all the time, or what's being talked about right now. But I wanted to look at stuff because there's always the polar opposite of things. Like, that's how life just works out, right? And it's like you can find where and we'll talk about XPX next, since we're talking about launch a token in minutes, which is possible. But like one of the communities that kind of like were supporting like my channel a lot was the Feg token community when I was first starting off, right? And my channel wasn't that big. And I will say one of the a lot of the big communities that absorbed my stuff and was reposting my things on X was not just like the Feg token main account, but Feg token Iran, Feg token Pakistan, Feg token, this, Feg token that. So I just want us to, like, I know a lot of times there's like all this added pressure on how, we're very different, but there was, and I still think that it exists right now. And we see this. And I think this is a great example because I experienced it, whether it's Feg token Philippines, Feg token Honduras, right? It's like you got all these communities, but I remember like a lot of the Feg token Iran really moved like my channel, even like on X and stuff like that. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, and just to always be a reminder that there are moments where there's clear indication that a lot of times we can get together for the same cause. And this one was just to feed a gorilla. Back then, there wasn't smart DeFi, right? There wasn't this launch a token in minutes type of thing, right? It was actually a cause about, not leaving anybody behind. So this is the counter of what's going on. And I just want, because I know, it's real easy to, whatever your algorithm got set up for you. And if it sniffs out one side or the other, next, we got lanterns and pitchforks. But I just want to remind, and I wanted to, it's something that I thought about over the whole weekend. Honestly, that's what over the whole weekend was how I was personally embraced by the people of Iran and the Iran community, the Pakistan community, how many different communities inside of this project that grew the YouTube channel to be what it was, to eventually where a lot of them are holders of the project that I use these cool smart contracts. And we'll talk about that in just a bit. And we're actually going to talk about how you guys can set up the donation widget. Maybe we can do some positive things, because there is proof of us coming together for one cause. Where, and I think it's because I don't know, you guys let me know, the foundation of crypto being borderless, I think it's overlooked. We only look at it from a monetary thing, because it's like, borderless payments. And I know, because we're in payments, X pays X, we want to do borderless payments. But I think because of that little bit of like that seed or that dirt of borderlessness. It's embedded into the idea of blockchain technology, is why you guys can go to Feg Token right now, and you won't feel left out, whether you're the Chinese community, whether you're the Iran community, whether you're the United States community, whether you're the Latino Spanish community, which is massive and has all of South America and anybody else who speaks Spanish, and or anything in between. That it's all there, and there's proof of us being able to do that, right? That's why it's the future. I agree. And I think we can see that right now where we use that example. So I just wanted to highlight that, because I know this is what I was thinking about over the weekend. I know there's so much going on around the world. I don't want us to forget on how we can come together when I've seen it before. All right. So speaking of Feg tokens, speaking of smart contracts, I mean, we might as well jump right into to XPX and Smart DeFi, all the great projects on there. I'm going to do a bit of a tutorial kind of style thing for everybody that's listening. There's been projects that's why I want you guys to do a Zoom call meeting with me as well if you guys need help, because even setting this stuff up, it takes practice. But what we're going to do is a little bit of tutorial, giving you guys a little bit of that flavor of how to do it, and kind of shifting gears and pivoting from, like, remember the Feg scholars, when Feg donated all that money to the Philippines. This is how we brought everybody together, feeding every gorilla, not leaving everybody behind. I'm going to, obviously pivot and segue into what we're doing as far as XPX, and show you guys how you guys can set this up and how we can embrace that with anybody. I'm going to show you guys a lot of cool things that I think people might have some questions about. But I do want to give a shout out to all the projects in every single community. I know the markets are testing everybody. We feel it, you feel it, everybody feels it, but we're still here for a reason, right? And you see XPX, you see Feg Token, you see Noma Token, the Space Penguins, big shout out to them. They just did another donation as well. And even with the markets doing what they're doing, still pulling up for the community, still building, still staying focused. And this is how you make it year after year. Anybody's smart contract can be tested in a bull run. Easy. Chart goes up. But when you're seeing projects like XPX that I can speak for, as far as our asset backing over 13%, getting close to 14%, you're seeing where these smart contracts can also be tested in a bear market. I think that's important to also highlight. Let's get into XPX right now. Shout out to all the Smart DeFi projects, all the communities being resilient. When there's people that might bring the wrong energy around, don't get discouraged, fam. Don't get discouraged. At the end, everything's going to be okay. And if it's not okay right now, that means it's not the end. It's that simple. Because at the end, I'm telling you, everything's going to be like, it's okay. So this is just a challenging time for everybody in the space, but even more so, people in the real world are going through, even more challenging times. So we got to go with the flow as well. Let's go into XPX. You guys can come over here, check us out on smartdefi.com. Here goes this contract for you guys right here. Super bullish contract. I mean, super bullish contract, proving itself. Chart goes up, chart goes down. But bullish contract, yes. 17.8% burn, over 13% in asset backing. Yes, that's bullish. All right. And you might be asking, what have we been up to? What have we been doing? We've been providing off-ramp solutions. We had one of our best months last month. February was one of our, best months. So it can't only just be about the chart stuff, right? We're also a project that's a company and really providing solutions to the whole space, not just for, XPX holders, but also people looking to do off-ramp solutions. Here we go. When I was doing some stuff over the weekend, but here you guys go. Come over to xpxpay.com and I'm going to show you guys how to do the tutorial right now. I'm kind of getting excited because this is super easy for us to come up with a cause, and I'm going to help you guys like the minute it's out and about. I'm even going to be doing some stuff here in Vegas or whatever, but let's get behind each other. Let's push in the right direction. So it all started obviously on smartdefi.com with passive income, staking rewards, lending protocol from the asset backing, and then developed into being this payment off-ramp solution for individuals and businesses. Super bullish, fam. Extremely bullish. And then even more so, not just letting you off-ramp your crypto with your 100K MasterCard, your non-KYC MasterCard, non-KYC Visa card, non-KYC bill payments, non-KYC gift cards. But now what we've been flexing, what we've been showing to everybody, and I want you guys to check out, is the donation widget. Yes, I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to set up during this live stream right now. I'm going to take off the overlay just like that. I can use this for later on. We'll probably use a little clip of this to make a video for anybody that's asking if you set up the business account, how easy it is to start accepting cryptocurrency and showing that crypto can make a difference in the space while there's all this other stuff pulling us apart, right? So let's jump right into that right now. This is the donation widget. not just for individuals, but like I said, it could be for something positive. It could be for something, an emergency, your car broke down, whatever it might be. It could be, hey, you're on GoFundMe and we've already did one of our donations and you want to donate something. You guys can raise funds for that and then donate it using one of our non-KYC cards. My goal is to get, XPX's resume looking so good that we've done so many good things in the space. Why not us be an option right here, fam? I don't understand that. Like, I know people get exhausted from the space and from the charts, but the fact that there's an option right here and it doesn't say pay with crypto right here, and we're not going to try to be that. And we got the tools to be that. No, we're going to keep pushing to be that. How do we become that? We have to hand over the tools and do something positive. So like that, our resume looks good. So I'm going to help you guys set that up. Let's jump over to XPX right now. If you guys want to follow along, maybe you guys are looking to follow along, come over to this link actually over here, and then we'll jump right into it, man. Oh, man, I'm feeling so bullish for you guys right now, honestly, because let's go back to our profile. This is the link that you guys want right now. Let me get the link for you guys. Maybe you guys want to follow along. Maybe you guys are going to, once you guys see how easy it is, you're going to be like, oh, wow, is that easy? You guys, even to set it up with a little bit of your own branding. So you can put, Jesus coin on there. You can put Space Penguins on there. You can put Veteran token on there. Oh my God. You could put, hey, my car broke down token on there, right? So I'm going to copy this right here. Copy the link. Ooh, that's easy. No way is that easy. I'm going to post a link right here. Boom. I think the link came out a little weird, but that's the link. And then I'm going to show you guys how to set up. So after your business account is set up, your dashboard is going to look like this, right? So everybody who's already set up their business account, and this is where I think people might get a little bit lost on it. Let me zoom in a little bit as well. We might have to do a little bit of zooming in and zooming out just so you guys can get a great view. You guys might actually have to do that as well, because this is way too zoomed in. Come on now. But let's reset this. Let's start off like this. And I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna work through this, right? So for those who already set up your business account through your register business XPX link, register your business, right? So what is it? It's dash.xpxpay.com/register business. I'm gonna show you guys how you guys set this up super easy. How you guys can set up the widgets and then test out the widget too. Okay. And test out the widget. All right. So for those who got your business account already set up, you're going to see your dashboard. You're going to be right here where you see, home, projects, orders, address books, invoices, transactions, widgets, referrals, integrations, and documentation. You also got where you guys can apply for your cards. If you click on this really quick, you see your options to apply for your 100K V3 version 3, 100K MasterCard. You also got where you can generate, your prepaid cards. What's also bullish, and I want you guys to pay attention because I think this is where people are having, you guys can also generate a virtual card using your account balance. Your account balance, what is that? It's right over here. If you set up your business account, you hit balances while you're accepting cryptocurrency, whether it's through your donation widget, your business account that we can help you set up, your total balance will start to set up over here. I'm not holding the funds. You guys are holding the funds over here, right? So I think that's extremely bullish that you guys can also generate a card using the remaining balance of, let's say you received $10,000, but you divided it all up and there's just this much left over. You can load the account with that. So I think that's extremely bullish, giving you guys those options after you set up the business account to use a KYC card, non-KYC card, exact balance that you want, or using the remainder balance of your balances over here to create a card for you guys so you guys can make sure you guys use all your funds. All right, let's jump into setting up the widget now. Your dashboard will look like this. You will come over to your widgets, come down to widgets once again, and click on that. And once you're waiting for this to load up, you're going to see that I've already been, because this is the test one I set up over the weekend to show you guys how easy it is to set up. You guys are going to see that there's quite a bit of bullishness up here. And this is why I want everybody to understand that if you're part of XPX or you're a holder of XPX, we're just starting off getting businesses to use this part. But you can see how we got more products and services to continue to grow our brand, to grow our resume into space, or more bullish widgets for projects to be able to leverage in the future. That is a lot of alpha that I'm giving you guys right there. A lot of alpha, I'm telling you guys right now. All right, so this is how easy it's going to be to set up your donation widget. We're going to go to create donation widget, right? You got your business account, you're at your home, you went to widgets, you clicked on widget again. You're going to put Saphir right here or whatever it might be, crypto church, space penguins, whatever it might be. I want to put Saphir because I love this guy. We're just going to put Saphir right here, right? What is it for? For him. If this does not, if you don't have an EIN number or an actual charitable organization, you're raising funds maybe for a project, you don't have to worry about filling this out. I know it says, it's got the little star that you have to fill this out, but you actually can skip all this. So we're just going to do a test. Saphir right here, right? This is going to be the title. You can put what the description is for, right? So snacks. Okay, so let's get them some more snacks. We're going to scroll down. You're going to see optional fields right here. You're going to leave this set on, United States dollar. And then right here, this is where you can leave this empty, or you can actually put how much is your target. So he needs a lot of snacks, and we're going to get bro $1,000 worth of snacks. Okay. We're going to scroll down. This donate, if you want to change what the text says in there and change it to snacks button or whatever you guys want it to be, you can do that. If you want to change the color of the donation button, you can do that as well. I suggest leaving this all as its default settings. You can also have a message right here, but this is how easy it is. We're done already. So it's as simple as the title of this donation, what it's for. You can actually put Saphir snacks, so it's up there nice and big. And then right here, if you guys want to put your own personal branding, this is where I think the donation logo. So if you're, the crypto church, you're the space penguins, and you're like, yeah, I want to use this, but I also wanted to have some of our branding, you would click on browse donation logo, like I'm going to do right here. I'm just going to click on the purple bubble for, XPX and use that one to show you guys what it's going to look like. And then we'll do one when we actually remove it as well. I'm going to do this a couple times for you guys so you guys can see how easy it actually is to set this up. We're going to click save. And you can see obviously the loading wheel right there. So we're just waiting it. It's going to take us back to our widgets. We're back in the widget section, and we see right here it says Saphir Snacks donation, and we're trying to hit $1,000. You can right click on preview to check it out. So right click and go to open new tab, or you can just click on preview as well, right? You can click on preview, but it's kind of nice to just right click and open a new tab. But here you guys go. So Saphir Snacks, you got whatever logo you want to put on there, whether it's the crypto church, the space penguins, whether it's the veteran token. So it's the only spot it's going to say powered by XPX down here. And when we actually do the payment side. So this is your preview, right? You're checking out the preview. Oh, nice. That's cool. Whatever. You see all this stuff. Nice, right? You hit donate. This is where it opens up the next spot. Boom. How much do you want to donate? How much do you want to donate? Okay, well, you get to select the different types of currencies. Once you guys have your business account set up and you guys got your donation widget, I will give you guys access to more cryptocurrencies. These are the default ones, but I think these are some powerful default ones. But once I see you got your donation widget set up and you're like, hey, I want the rest of them, and I'll go in the back end and set up, but you guys have to set up the widget already for me to actually add these once it's done. So these will be the default ones that you see. Like I'm showing you guys what your account will look like. And we're going to go through this again. I'm going to set up a whole nother widget right here live with you guys so you guys can see that was Saphir Snacks. But we're going to do another one. I'm going to experiment with you guys just live. We're going to kind of soak in this moment together, especially when I'm talking about, all the things going on around the world. Maybe there's something that's going on right by you. Maybe it's the homeless that you want to help. Maybe there's somebody in Iran that you need to send money to. I'm giving you guys, we're going to go through this another time. We're going to set it up right now. After I'm done with this one, we're going to set up another widget just to show you guys how easy it is and how we can upgrade this widget and how you guys will have access to a lot of cool things that XPX can do. The fact that you guys can have access to this is absolutely amazing. So let's say somebody picks Bitcoin, right? Cool. Pay this right here. This is going to be the order. Scan the QR code. Boom, boom, boom. They pay that. Let's say they don't got all the Bitcoin and they can't pay all the Bitcoin. Well, they can select another cryptocurrency and just go back and be like, I'm going to do the rest of it in World Liberty Financial, right? And do the payment of that. It'll change the QR code right there. There goes your World Liberty Financial. Bam. Then you can go back to your dashboard. What's cool about this as well, and I want you guys to understand is while people are donating to your widget that you created, this is where the funds are going to end up on the right side on that little tab that says balances. It doesn't end up in Rico Money Bags balances, right? It's ending up in your account. This is your widget. Now, this widget's running. It's collected some funds. Let's go back to the widget really quick. Let's go back to our dashboard. We're going to go through this process again. I just want to show everybody really quick. We're going to go through this a couple of times just to show you guys it literally takes nothing to have bullish tools on your website. Okay. Let's go right here. Actually, this one's, let's go back to home. Let's just click home really quick, and then we'll go through this thing all over again. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. We're doing a little bit of a show and tell, but it doesn't get any more bullish than this, and you guys seen it live how easy it is to set up. So like I said, if you're somebody already with a business account or you want one, it's free to start accepting a plethora of different cryptocurrencies, that which then will be right here in your account balance, that which then you can choose to apply for whichever card you want to remove these balances and use them with real world purchasing power. Or, you know, bam, we have this today. I'm going to show you guys how to set it up again. If you guys have a project, an NFT project, if you guys got a charity, this is for everybody. This is not just a donation widget because, you know, whatever it might be. If you got an emergency, if you got a great idea and you don't got the funds to launch your project, whatever it might be, I'm going to go through it again. This next one's going to be charity/project. It's not going to be Saphir Snacks. But after you start receiving all these funds, you can say, well, look, I got my KYC card. I'm an actual business. Maybe I'm, you know, like the crypto church, a 501c3. So I've got my KYC card, but you can also off ramp it non-KYC and have the power to pay for things. And these non-KYC cards, I've tested it. We've already used on here. Don't tell me that this XPX should not be an option right here. What we're handing over. It exists, fam. We're going to go through this again because I'm just feeling that bullish. And this is for everybody in the space, not just XPX people. This is for everybody again. So you got your business account set up. You're like, hey, I want to start accepting cryptocurrency. I got a great idea. Or, hey, I want to make donations to XYZ dog charity because my project is about giving donations to dogs or giving donations to cats. So let's go into dogs and cats because it's a big thing in the space right now. Like I said, you're going to come over to widgets. So this is your dog and cats foundation. You're going to hit widgets again. You got your charity. And I want you guys to see that you guys can set up as many donations. Your website, after you copy this code, or you can share this link to and connect this as a hyperlink on your website. So you guys can have you guys can actually have a link on your website, a button on your website that can be like donate now. And it's just this link right here that sends them to the widget so that you can collect for your idea. And what I want you to also see that this is why XPX secures some domains, because as you can see, this is not that you set up one donation and you're feeding the homeless and you forgot about Saphir Snacks. No, we're taking care of the charity. We're doing tests and we're taking care of Saphir Snacks all at the same time. And now we're going to set up a donation widget because we're not stopping from, like I said, XPX is giving everybody and XPX itself the ability to tap into a big market share of what's going on with GoFundMe. So this is going to be the demonstration for the Dogs and Cats Foundation. How easy it is to set up this donation. You're a project that's bullish on, hey, helping out animals, right? Okay, cool. You come over to widgets, you click on widgets again. You got multiple other charities going. You're just a great person. You're knocking things out the park. But you know what? You just got tapped in with some animal people. You're like, you know what? I got my charity donation going on the website, but I actually want to add a little bit more. I'm going to click create donation again. I'm going to come up here. Cats and dogs. That's simple. Cats and dogs. You don't have to worry about this. If there is a charitable organization, like I said, and you have that set up, then fill it out. If you don't, you're going to scroll right past this. And then what you're going to do, you're going to set your target. It's going to be what? $10,000? You know, a lot of people like to donate for the animals, not so much Saphir Snacks, right? So what are you going to do next? You're going to put a cute picture of a dog right there, a cute picture of a dog and a cat making a heart together. That's what I would put. A dog and a cat so close together that they're making a heart shape. And that's the logo you put right there. You leave all this blank. You're going to hit save. No way it's that easy. No way is that easy. Okay, you hit save. You come back over here. So now we got the charity donation live. We got the test one live. We got the Saphir snacks live. We got the cats and dogs live, which all of these you can create hyperlinks for it, meaning like just like on XPX's website, when you click crypto bill pay, that button is associated with a link. You can just copy the link right here and it'll be associated with that. Or you can hit copy code. But now we're going to go to this. We're going to hit preview over here. Boom. Let's go to preview. There you go. If you don't put a logo of yourselves, and this is great why we're doing this live as well too for everybody listening. If you don't put a logo for, let's say, your Cats and Dogs Foundation, it is going to have by default, of course, the XPX logo. But if you go into that spot where I showed you, you can put whatever logo you want. You put your brand on there. The only spot, which I think it's okay, very small down here is going to say powered by XPX because it truly is. Now you're going to be like, you know what? I want to put $1,000 out of this right here. Let's put $1,000, help them knock this down so we can hit how much has been donated so far. And we're going to hit donate now. It's going to prompt you to the next. This is at your fingertips. And now somebody can click what cryptocurrency to donate to. The minute they donate, because XPX does this fast, you're going to see your funds over here right away. You're going to have your balances over here. Then you go like, hey, we just got $1,000. I want to cover some of the costs, to have my nonprofit running. I want to use that balance and I'm going to off ramp it. I'm going to go back home. Let that load. And I'm going to click what type of card I want to remove those balances off of. Bam. And then you pick. It doesn't get any more bullish than that, fam. So like I said, there's some things that I've been working on myself. It moves a little bit slower. The markets are a little bit more, and not that it's as exciting as people can really see. There's a lot of opportunity right now, because when you look at GoFundMe and you look at what XPX has already done, we've kind of broken the ice, and I want everybody else to do this. There's enough there for everybody. It doesn't have to just be us. Like this space gets very PvP. Is like, are we going to battle each other to do good things? Who's going to do good things better than the next person? Like what? Like I fine. You guys figure that out. I just want XPX to be an option down here. That's it. I don't want that PvP attitude. I want the collaboration attitude where there's going to come a time where on GoFundMe, because XPX has helped cats, XPX has helped dogs, has helped children, has helped Saphir get snacks, has done so much for the homeless, maybe for veterans, that we build up such a big track record of so many cryptocurrencies, helping out churches, helping out people in the real world, that if I went up to GoFundMe, I'm like, hey, excuse me, I would like to present that possibly, you guys can start to accept cryptocurrencies from a project that already has a track record of showing that it can handle the bandwidth of doing this, right? But if we go knock on the door right now, we're going to waste that. You get one chance to make a first impression. We're not knocking on this door right now. We're not knocking on this door right now to claim this spot right here. What we do is we build up our resume. We help out real people around the world, whether it's the charitable events for dogs, cats, or for whoever it is, snacks for Saphir. We build something we provide so much value that the value comes back. It would be a lot easier to knock on this door and be like, I know you guys got PayPal, I know you guys got Venmo, but hey, we've been helping out churches across the world. Hey, we've been helping out dogs across the world. Hey, we've been helping out cats or people with mental health across the world. How have we been doing that? Well, we set up a donation widget and to go after these great causes. That's the opportunity that we have sitting right before us. And anybody has that opportunity. I can't do all of them, right? I'm not trying to do all of them. My focus is getting XPX to be mainstream, to potentially be one of these that are mention with the likes of PayPal, mentions with the likes of Venmo, mention with the likes of Cash App, not just because we want to toot our own horn and we think that we're that much better. No, because we provide something and there's a solution that we do that grants us and we earn the rights. We earn the rights because of what we've done and what we've accomplished, that we can knock on this door and say, hey, I think it would be bullish for you guys because, yeah, they've generated over $30 billion in the last 14 years. And we can tap into that as well. But instead of just trying to, say, oh, we're going to be better than them, why not just help them tap into that market share as well? So that's what we're here to do. Maybe you guys can clip some of the stuff that we've made. I'm going to clip some of it as well. I'm actually going to just make a specific tutorial video, get more in the tutorial video mode of presenting this, because the live streams, I'm honestly too pumped up. It's hard for me to even contain myself. So I'll be making a tutorial video, but I'll make some clips as well from this live stream in the meantime and in between time. But I think right now I'm just showing you guys how easy it is. I can literally just, after this business account is live, that's how easy it is. You just click on widgets. I mean, I could probably do it again. You got your widgets, click create donation widget, and it's loading. It probably takes a little bit longer to load than anything. Put yeah, whatever you want, you know, put the vets, you know, put veterans, vets right there, you know, helping vets. This is how it shouldn't, it's not how much you want to help. $1,000. What's the picture? Put a veteran picture there, right? Find a picture for veterans. I'm gonna put the market's crashing and we're just relaxing. Leave this all alone. Don't touch anything. Save it. And like I said, it probably takes longer to load than it actually does to do, because we're done already. Now you can grab this link, add it to your website, and instantly be accepting money today, and like it doesn't take anything. So here goes preview for vets. And you can see time and time again. Okay, boom, you got your logo for vets, helping vets. Cool. How much? Oh, okay, I can do $100. I can do that right now, no problem. And again, we're showing you how easy it is to set this up and how fast it works. And honestly, no hiccups either. I don't know if that goes for any credits or anywhere on the board, but boom, this could be on your website right now in under 10 minutes. And you can be accepting donations for whatever your cause is. So just keep that in mind. We are working on the share button to make it easy for you guys to share this on social media. But right now, if you guys wanted to, you guys can embed this into your website, or do it straight from, you know, where I showed you on the widgets dashboard, and just copy the link or copy the code, or embed this, you know, it's copied and you guys can add this to your website. This will be on your website, or when somebody hits like the donation widget, just add the link to it. So, you know, something like similar to this, you know, the link is the one behind this one right here. It's a hyperlink for that right there. The minute they click on donation, it sends them to the widget and they can make a donation for the veterans, for the crypto church, for the space penguins, whatever it might be. Today you guys could do that. So just putting that out there for you guys. I think that's super bullish. You guys see me set up how many widgets back to back to back, and I think they all worked super flawless, to be honest with you. And I also want you to see that one of the big bullish things about this is there's no limitation. So you can have all these widgets, you know, copy the code to all these widgets, or copy the link and make a hyperlink that just sends them to there. You know, helping veterans, helping cats and dogs, helping Saphira get snacks, helping charities, all at the same time. You don't have to hold up, because if you go look at GoFundMe's recipe, they're not stopping and they're doing this one today and then that one tomorrow and then this one. It's like everybody's getting some attention, right? Whether it's emergencies, medical, your cause, businesses, animals, education, this is all simultaneously happening all at the same time, right? So a lot of different people can be helped out, whether it's people looking for animals for helps or for, you know, whatever might be going on in their life. Crypto can do that too right now today, thanks to XPX and this amazing community who's been backing us. And this is a big market share that we can tap into. So let's go into some more plays. I wanted to give that out, man. That is some serious alpha for you guys. Amazing tools that any project would have to pay tons of money to develop that and have that operating, plus have the liquidity pools there so you guys can off-ramp, plus more, trust me, plus a lot more. So the fact that you guys can just plug and play that, and those funds are held in your account and you have access to them and you can navigate, that is the freedom of cryptocurrency. So literally handing it over to everybody. Let's go ahead and go through some tickers. We'll use Cappy today. Shout out to everybody on Cappy today. If you guys got some projects that want some visibility for this Friday super stream, let me know, fam. Tap in with me. Let me know which ones you guys want to see. Shout out to the Roar community. They've always been super strong, super supportive of the channel as well. Shout out to the Jesus Coin community. Shout out to the XPX community. Shout out to the Kendu community, the 401JK community, the OG Brett community. Shout out to all of you guys, honestly. Let's check on Roar. It's been a while since I checked on them, and man, they're still active. I see them roaring around, roaring here, roaring there. So let's check them out, showcase them a little bit, and then check out your guys' project. We'll get into a little bit of a Degen mode. as we continue with this. Appreciate the membership, bro. You're a real one, honestly, bro. Appreciate you a ton. Let's overlay the chat again. So like that, you guys can vibe with each other and see. So right here, I mean, 9 hours ago, 7 hours ago, Roaring Kitty, family update, Solana NFTs, AMA reminder, join us 3 p.m. Easter with Hannock right there to discuss the raffle. Don't miss the Roar community. There you guys go, man. The Roar community got Hannock right there. What? Trying to make some extra noise, bro. There you go. So right now, making those, look at this. They got a space going on right now. Join the raffle space tomorrow. So definitely tap in with them. Let them know that I sent you guys over there as well. They've always pulled up really strong. I mean, they had, their nice little roar. And then just like everything else, we have our pullbacks and stuff like that. But that community is still pulling up strong. They're sitting at a $2 million market cap. The GME is part of the meta in the space. It's always going to be part of the meta. It's not going to leave the space. Had that roar all the way up to 15 million. I remember that. Even right here, yeah, 15 million. There it goes. And then pulled back since then. Had a nice little pump up again to 10 million. But you can see went up to 10 million, came back down, shook everybody out down to this exact level. This could be the load up level on Roar for everyone wondering, like, hey, where's the load up level? Say, hey, some bullish things have happened on this level before. A lot of bullish things. A lot of pumps came off of this level that we're chilling at right now. And you can see we even came down exactly to that level. And we're right at that level again. So this could be the level that you've been looking for when it comes to Roar, the GME play. Shout out to this community. Like I said, they've been pulling up, and all it would take, obviously, you guys know, break the 5 million, break the 10 million, go that much higher. I think that this is a meta, the bandana meta, the Roaring Kitty meta. This doesn't leave. This doesn't leave the space ever. Auto doesn't leave. Bullish doesn't leave. Bearish doesn't leave. Roaring Kitty doesn't leave. XPX doesn't leave. Feg token doesn't leave. There's just some stuff that's here forever. And I think GameStop is definitely one of them. And the Roaring Kitty will keep on roaring, fam. Yes, it will. We're going to go through some more plays. Get comfortable, fam. You guys are, like I said, absolutely amazing. If you guys got something that you guys want me to check out, let me know. If not, we're going to grab some more plays right off of Cappy today. And kind of go with this. Even some of the ones that I didn't see before. I'm not sure what this is, but we're going to check it out. So we got Make Holding. Thierry, no crying in the casino. Man, we'll check you guys out as well. Why not? Like I said, the chat belongs to the communities, fam. Okay, this chart's green and stuff. What's going on with this? I mean, I've been feeling like we can find early senders on Cappy today. Look at it. This looks like an early sender to me. This looks, I mean, that's, you got your initial, and then coming out, shake everybody out, sideways, sideways, sideways. So eventually, this thing starts pumping up. We're at 152K market cap. 152K market cap. Very bullish on this. Look at this. Don't know much about it, so don't be as bullish as I am. This one's make holding great again. Man, that's a good mantra for a project. Make holding great again. Make the diamond hands great again. I'm locked in. Jesus from built an app. Oh yeah, we're gonna check that out as well. We'll showcase that as well, broski. So yeah, we got you guys coming up. Matter of fact, we'll bring you up next, bro. We got Make Holding Great again. Because we're in the fun part. Whoa, look at this. This is why this matters. This is how we get extra exposure. I know this purple bubble right here. And fam, there's a lot of things going on with Cappy today behind the scenes. That's for XPX and the super streams that we've been doing. A lot of meetings and stuff like that for you guys, and some pretty cool announcements will be coming out pretty soon, and you guys will see, and we'll have some fun together. But a lot of this cross-pollination is super nice right now. So Make Holding Great again. I like it, man. I like the idea of making holding great again. Why not make holding great again? The heck? Make holding great again. It's easy for me. I like the sound of that. Make holding great again, man. I like this. This is a low cap gem. I'm going to share this one right here. And beautiful. Trying to do it like Jim Carrey, but only he could do it like that. MHGA, man, low cap gem right here. And we could find a lot of these on Cappy today. And I think there's going to be some that we find, you know, early plays like that on Cappy today. So make sure you guys get on Cappy today if you guys got a project. You guys don't miss out on that. But let's go to Jesus Coin next. We'll jump back to Cappy today because we can do what we want, man. We're a free man. All right, but let's go to the X account. Let's go to your guys' app. Showcase that. I think that's super bullish. I think I've seen that on your guys' other account. Let me go to that at the Crypto Church right here. Let me scroll down because I did see it. Okay. Would you watch a streaming platform built entirely around the Bible? We built one. Think Netflix, but for the Bible. Movies, sermons, teachings, kids, content, and inside Crypto Church. Download the app today. So you guys can download. I'm going to share the link for you guys. Crypto Church app. Man, check this out. Look at you guys. Ooh. Nice, fam. Nice, fam. This is what winners are made of, honestly. You got it, fam. You guys got it going on. No matter what's going on with the market, you guys are building, you guys are thriving. That's why, like I said, I'm bullish on this. This is a strong narrative. I don't think there's a stronger narrative. That's as strong as it gets. And they got their app out now, and that's pretty bullish as well. And they got a great community that's willing to pull up 7 days a week. 7 days a week. They got somebody for every day of the week. I mean, coming together, that's extremely powerful. Doesn't get any more powerful than that, actually. Imagine if you had a lineup like this, somebody pulling up every day of the week for your bag. That's bullish. We're pulling up 5 days out of the week. We've been taking the weekend off and going to touch some mountain here in crypto, here in Las Vegas from crypto, which has been really good, actually, But you guys just being able to rock with each other, you guys building things out. This is just congratulations also, by the way. Congrats. Ooh. Yeah. This is the power of AI, fam. The power of AI is just let us deliver and build stuff for us right away. This is awesome. Man, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Boy, let's get some lifting up going. Let's do it. Let's get those spirits up. Let's get those likes up. Oh my God. Shout out to you guys, man. I mean, I know it's not like the meetings that have everything got to come together, but it's nice that you guys are just building, man, and leveraging that what we have in the space to build with. It's awesome. This is awesome. So I'm going to share this link for you guys in the space right now. You guys can share this along as well. If you guys can repost this on X, I mean, it shows your community getting a lot of exposure. It's not that hard to do. You can just quote repost, and that's it. And you'd be amazed how many more eyes will get on your app, on your meme coin, on your donation widget. All it takes is everybody to kind of max engage together. So shout out to the Crypto Church doing big things over here. Shout out to the Jesus Token community as well. You guys are just holding it down strong. And we're waiting for I'm going to keep moving this over till it happens. That's what I'm just going to keep doing because it's going to happen eventually, fam. It's going to happen eventually. Let's jump back to Cappy today. See if we can find some more hot plays for all of you guys. See if there's anything going on. What's going on? We got 401JK kind of creeping up some more. Pepe, the pump fund Pepe. Looking for some new ones, actually. Plastic. I don't remember this one. So we're just, okay. Plastic. I mean, I think everybody understands what that is. 38K market cap. Is this something that shook everybody out? It went up to 100 and went all the way up to the 153, shaking everybody out, turning right back around. Is it enough to go to the moon? Plastic. Are people thinking this meme is funny enough? You got the whale killer, Plastic CTO. They can use the donation widget and help to, raise awareness and raise funds to clean up plastic off of the beaches. I know that. So if you got a project like this is what that donation widget is so powerful. Or you guys can spend the tens and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars building everything out. Go do it. I know for a fact. Didn't get the liquidity pools, your licensing and all that stuff. But you guys can just plug in a donation widget right now and start raising money to start an effort to clean up some of this stuff instantly. That's the power of XPX. I know I'm going back to XPX a little bit, but whether it's people planting trees, whether it's people saving cats or dogs or cleaning up plastic, all roads lead to payments. Like I know when the markets are boring and the charts suck and there's all the ups and downs that come with it. But if you can look really long term and you can see the power of what we've really been building and what we've been doing on, there is going to be a moment where there's a big project actually doing it. Is it this one plastic? I don't know. Maybe this is just, run of the mill. It was just something trying to come to life for a second, just for a moment. But whether or not there's going to be something like this that exists and actually is making a difference and possibly paying the volunteers or helping out with their their housing, and they're raising funds to be able to feed them, because obviously and nothing's free. I can tell you that right now, especially here in Vegas. The minute your foot leaves the door, you're down $60, down $600 if you stay out too late. You just start adding zeros to the end of every time you go outside, right? But this is going to be a real thing. And why not XPX help out, whether it's this one or the real one that comes along that is raising funds to help clean up the world from plastic. And again, it goes to show you that we are very relevant no matter what's going on. These are all going to be RWA projects as well. Like that's the thing with real world utility plays like XPX. Like this is a real problem. We can sit around and just wait for one liquidity pool to jump over here and then people G anyways, or we can go out and actively help people out, and possibly, raise some funds. Maybe we get in contact with this guy right here. Like, hey, bro.
Right now, as you can tell, I'm at the airport, so forgive the background sound. Gates delayed, strong witnesses.
So there's people speaking for this project. So, you can see how we can help make a difference. This is going to be a real thing. And like I said, these gaps will be filled by people who are resilient and projects who continue to provide the value for projects like those projects that are trying to plant trees and raise money, projects that are trying to raise money for saving the world from plastic, people who are trying to save the, animals and help. Like there's so many angles, and, we're going to have our moment as well. That's how GoFundMe got to over 30 billion, close to 40 billion, by providing value to the marketplace. So plastic, man, I'm rooting for you. Maybe something really good of this can come out. Maybe even we can help you guys raise some funds. I think a lot of more people would invest in this plastic project if you guys use the donation widget, which is absolutely free to set up. Get in contact with me, and like that, I can help you guys set up, help you guys start raising funds, and you guys can start that, because I think more people would invest into your project, no matter what the market cap is. If you're already showing that on your website, you have a donation widget and you've used these funds to actually do something positive, something of which XPX is going to be doing. That's why we secure those domains. I'm actually not going to wait for the domains, and because I want to build it out a certain way. I'm still processing the thoughts, but we're actually going to take an initiative instead of waiting around for people to use this stuff. We're just going to use it ourselves. I want the XPX community to come together. I want the crypto space to come together. We'll set a low target, and then we'll go here, boots on the ground, and actually make an impact ourselves as XPX, as the smart DeFi ecosystem, as the Web3 space. We can go out there and I'll record it. And I'll share it with you guys and show you guys what we've done, help some people out. I think it's something that we can all do. So that's a play right there that you guys can check out. So you guys can find your Degen plays, your established meme coins that are already locked in. You guys can find your top gainers, ones coming to life right now, those rising communities. A lot of that's pretty bullish as well, because you guys can see some of those communities getting some of that activity going, which is really nice. So definitely check that out. I'm also going to check out another platform for you guys that maybe you're a project that's listing and you guys are looking for a lot of resources. I'm going to give a shout out to MoonTube, because we're listed on MoonTube as well. And shout out to the Kendu fam. We're listed on here as a MoonTuber as well, but there are a lot of services and more services coming in the future, whether you're a project looking to get listed on CMC, listing help, market labs, marketing services, whatever it might be. Come over here, get your project listed on here. This is going to be something growing out really nice. You guys can see that there's dev tools right here. So, giving those developers quite a bit of tools that might be doing some cool things in the space. You guys can see how these things can evolve, especially with projects that are providing a lot of solutions. Why not do great collaborations, not just for projects, but also, I mean, developers, right? And giving developers and sharing the tools that we might have built out so that your communities can get things done a lot faster. So come over here as well. Check out MoonTube. Super bullish on you guys. Let me copy this, post this over here for you guys all. Shout out to the Can Do fam. And then let's go over here back to let's see what project are actually trending over here right now. We got Crow with Knife, we got XPX, we got Momo, we got Vote, we got Kimchi, we got Mario Coin. Giga Chat is coming back to life again. This autism one is one that's been doing really good. This has been coming to life. Let's check this one out really quick. We've actually been seeing this one. Man, that's a bullish try. I seen this one when it first came out too. Man, look at that. So we're seeing how, like, you know, things like MoonTube is showing you these early gainers too. So shout out to MoonTube, you know, showing you bullish rocket race, you know, and these autism people are engaging over here. That's how they're on the list. So, you know, you definitely want to get your project trending on MoonTube as well, because you have projects like autism that is pumping really hard using MoonTube to get more exposure and things like that. So check that out right there. Let's go to their X account, show them some more. I think this is pretty bullish. I mean, look at this project. If this project used a donation widget to raise funds for autism, do you see how XPX is applied everywhere? So this play right now can literally go right now, create the donation widget, and literally start to create funds. And I think this would make this project even more bullish if they're actually raising funds and making donations for this autism. Oh, they got a MEXC listing. Ooh, they want to pump this one. This one is one of those that did it. They want to pump this one. If it's listed on CMC, this could be one of those $10 million market cap plays. Ooh, they want to take it. They want to take it that much higher. The MEXC listing with autism. Ooh, man. But again, if they're using that donation widget, they could honestly just raise some funds. That would look so good. That would look awesome, you know, for their playing what they're doing. And you see they're followed by MoonTube. So shout out to the MoonTube fam. Shout out to the Autism Coin. Maybe we get in contact with them, see if we can also, you know, get them using the donation widget where they do some donations. I mean, that's just bullish. That's what the space is supposed to be about right now. So this one's looking really good. I think we found a banger on MoonTube. So shout out to MoonTube right there. This one could be going to that $5 million, $10 million market cap. So you guys know where to find some of those hot plays and where to get a lot of tools as well. I think that's pretty cool. But we're just going to mark this up really quick. See if we get to do our $5-10 million market cap dance. Close enough. Boom. We'll see what's up with this, man. Maybe we see a nice little runner on this one. Nice little run. And the MoonTube. Find of autism. This one's nice, man. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Let's check out the other top plays. Let's go through some of them. And you guys let me know if there's something that you guys want me to check out. We got War, of course. $25 million market cap. When did this launch? 1 month ago. Whoa. Whoa. War. Let's go to their X account. Let's go to their website. Man, what a crazy market cap on this. Let's go to the X account. There you guys go. I mean, this is probably going to be popular for quite a bit. It's nice how they wrote War with the using the bomber plane for the A. That's pretty creative. Very meme. Look. I mean, it's pumping hard. Of course we missed this, Saphir. Here it goes at 25 million. How high do you guys think this one's going to go? I think this is going right back to all-time high. Like I said, these new ones and the stuff that got all that attention and the narrative's hot right now, those are the ones that are flying right now. Everybody else, we got to get it out the mud a little bit for a while, but it'll come back to us. But here goes again. I mean, a perfect example of your 5 million, 10 million. Go your 5 million, 5 million, 5 million, broke 5 million, went to 10 million, comes back down to 5 million, breaks 10 million, sends. You know, yeah, it retraced, but the first one was 29 million, came right back down, back to 20 something million, come back down, all the way up to $41 million market cap. But a lot of these start with this little pattern over here, this hitting 5 million, hitting 5 million, hitting 5 million, hitting 5 million, breaking 5 million, going up to 10, coming back down to 5, saying, no, we're staying here. And boom, breaks out even higher and sends out even higher. So a lot of these patterns exist right here. And when you see it come back down and they bounce off of this again, same thing. Went down close to 5. When the minute it broke 10 million again, now it's back at 25 million. As long as you can keep breaking $10 million market cap, your project will send. I would probably cut my left foot off just to get just for and get it to break 10 million, because I think it's just exciting to see it. So anybody up for a foot or a toe, and let's start with a toe. And you know, we'll pump XPX past 10 million. Saphir, you know, I know how much you love feet. A whole toe, bro, is on the line right now. But here you guys go with war. Let's go to some other ones. Let's just marinate in the mix of things real quick with these top 10 plays. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Man, it felt really good. The weather was really nice here. It was actually really nice. So you guys got maxing. And look at this. Sideways trading forever. Shakeouts after a breakout. So you got sideways trading forever, a breakout, shakeout forever, sideways trading, 70K market cap, and then out of nowhere, that 5 million. It's like once it does 5 million to me, I already know what's up. Like there's a very good chance, a very high likelihood, right, of it going back up to 5 million again and doing the pattern that we always talk about. And we're like, oh, we missed it. But you know, it comes with this stuff. This is that pattern. Are we seeing the first ones that's going to do what we just seen with the autism? Remember, the name doesn't matter. This little pattern is the one that works out. Hitting 5 million, hitting 5 million, hitting 5 million, finally breaking 5 million, going to chase 10 million. We'll see. We'll see what's up. We'll keep an eye on this one. We'll keep an eye on this one. Let's go through some other one. This one's called Peace. A vast piece right here. This one, you got your shakeout. Went all the way up to, man, Solana holds it down when it comes to what happens over there. 2.5 on every day. I mean, it doesn't matter. You got your $1 million market cap right here. You know, let's shout out to Peace, man. Like, can we get Peace to pump? Can we get Peace to do good? But it is trending. It is top 10 Solana plays right now. Relatively new, only 2 days old. So definitely keep an eye on this one as well. It's the counterpart, right? The complete polar opposite of the war one. So, you know, you can see people going from one side to the other one. Okay, world peace voting. Peace is super close to listing. Very close to that same recipe as the other one. Very close to listing. Go vote. Got some boosts going on. So Peace is a play, man. Peace is definitely a play. It's kind of, you know, in a scary section, but I mean, it's so close that can create some more FOMO. It's so close to listing on MEXC. You know, that could be a pretty nice listing for this one. Where's Punch at right now? Exactly that 10 million. This is the one we're going to be looking at again for that rally all the way back up to 50 mil. This is where the ones like how you see the other one that went down and now it's pumping back up 20 mil. This is the section that you're supposed to be looking at. It's like, it's not going underneath 10 million. We already seen what it could do. It'll just take the right little spark. And next, you know, Punch is punching to the sky all over again. Shout out to Punch. Monkeys do great in the space. Monkeys here, $13 million market cap. Monkeying around. All right, we're going to take care of some more things throughout the day. Then I'll make that video for everybody. There's some clips that you guys can use for that donation widget for sure. You guys catching that just live, how easy it is to do. I think it's pretty cool to see. Whether you're trying to do a donation widget to help monkeys out, dogs out, cats out, mental health out, you're an artist, emergency, family, you guys have a lot of access to some really cool utilities. So yeah, keep an eye on Punch right now. I don't think there's too much to check out. Like I said, the overall market has been meh. I've been just keeping an eye on gold and Bitcoin and, you know, catching trades on that. The meme coin space, you know, it's like you don't know which one's the one, right? So I haven't, if you notice, I have not too many posted or nothing like that. I'm not trying to catch them all right now, being a little bit more in control with what's going on over here. You know, catching possible short there, or, you know, trading the BTC chart for a long or a short, depending which way it is going. Let's go look at BTC right now. Okay, 69,400 for BTC. Trying to get back up to that 70K. But the minute this chop is over, if it broke down to going down, I'll short it all over again. And long on gold. So here goes your gold. Here goes your BTC. And this was a solid stream with you guys. Like I said, solid weekend for myself. Hopefully you guys had a solid weekend. Much love and respect to everybody. I know there's some crazy things going on around the world. I think FEG token is a great example, though. If we can remember like how we are, you know, and the chances we have to be close, you know, and like, you know, we can set our differences apart and be super close. I think, you know, crypto has that opportunity. I know a lot of times it's about the monetary gain and, you know, a quick flip and pump and stuff like that. But there is a special part about crypto as far as, you know, the way that you can see a project like FEG token with so many different communities around the whole world, a project like XPX with communities all around the world, and we all come together for the same idea and the same vision. So, you know, I think when, you know, things are tough, and I know it's real easy to get, you know, absorb a lot of that energy and stuff, but if you can, you know, look at the times too, look at the opposite of how we can come together for the same ideas and for some good causes. I think that's super bullish to keep in mind. And I think it's something really cool about cryptocurrency that I know people all around the world, and I know that, you know, we can come together for a great cause and make something happen, because I've seen it happen before with, like I said, the likes of FEG token, you know, the FEG scholars and, you know, the FEG Iran community supporting the channel and all that stuff. That was all real stuff. You know, that wasn't, you know, fake accounts on X or this, that, or that. That was real people. And that's the power of cryptocurrency, it being not just, you know, borderless payments, but also, you know, borderless in the sense of how we interact with one another. So let's enjoy these markets looking really green. I know that the overall news is going to have a lot of negative stuff and tearing us in one way or and the other, but let's maybe find some comfort that there are times where you guys can see that we come together in the crypto space and we rock really hard with each other, whether it's to help out the youth, whether it's to help out, you know, animals, whatever it might be. I've seen it personally here in the crypto space. If you guys want to stay up to date with all things, you know, that I got going on, definitely give me a follow at Rico Moneybags. I had it set up here, but it's not here now. But I also have my personal Telegram account in the description down below, where you guys can send me a DM. You know, if you guys need some extra help getting to, here it goes. If you guys need some help, you know, maybe some more questions with your donation widget, let me know. Send me a DM and I'll walk you through the steps. So like that, you guys can set everything up. Other than that, fam, have a fantastic rest of your guys' day. It's nice and sunny here in Vegas. It's 80 degrees. So I have a feeling it's going to be an extremely hot summer this summer for Las Vegas. But other than that, man, I mean, shout out to all of you guys. You know, Saphir, thank you so much. Unknown, all the Sharon I seen pull up, you know, all the XPX community holding it down. Franco, the messages, TK, Jessica, all of you guys holding it down in the chat and just everybody rocking together. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for helping me out with the channel. You know, Ben Billions pulling up, the Recap family. You got Raw and Uncut. You got all this cross-pollination, all these great people, the super streams that we get to do, the projects that support it. Thank you guys so much. If you guys can keep coming back, I really appreciate it. If not, no, check out this video right here. You know, don't back down. You know, if you got a fire, don't lose it. That's what we've been listening to. So I'm going to play it for you guys. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys later.
So your bag's backed up against the wall, and the bandwagon's falling right off. And you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do if it don't work out. It ain't about if it makes sense.